Hi, welcome back. I hope you had a nice week and you're ready for another video. This week I continue my series about the restrictions and life with the restrictions that we have been imposed due to the COVID-19 global pandemic. And today I'm talking about something that it's one of the major aspects of anyone's life, a very important aspect, and that for some, due to these restrictions, has been highly disrupted. Well, it doesn't have to be like that. There's always ways we can find to minimize that disruption and still have our activities and our routine going on and still have a positive outcome and feel good about it. I'm talking about exercise. Everyone knows, and this obviously varies with country to country because some countries may have, for example, in a state of emergency where everyone is basically in full lockdown and a lot of things they are not permitted to do, and other countries who may not be in a state of emergency may have strong lockdown measures imposed, but still permit other things, and exercise may be included in that. That's the case, for example, of Australia. We are in lockdown, of course, but people are still permitted to go and exercise, providing that they go alone for their walks or bike riding, for example, but providing that they're going alone or with one person and they observe the compulsory 1.5 meters social distancing rule. So, for example, for Australians, that's still a possibility, whereas in other countries it may not be possible. So you should always stick to the rules in your own country and know exactly what you can and you cannot do. But I'm not talking about exercise outside, since that's not, I'm honest, that's not been my experience. So I cannot talk about that. So I'm talking about what I actually been doing for very long years and something that really makes me feel good and I truly like, which is dancing. For me, dancing is something that I grew up doing. I truly love doing. I remember when I was a teenager, I would spend all my spare time dancing. It was just a liberating time. I would just put my music, and it would just be me, my music, my dancing. You don't need to be a professional dancer. Well, I'm not. You don't need to really do very good dance moves. You just need to let yourself go and dance, because that's good. You're just burning calories. You just getting your endorphins going, and it makes you feel so good and so positive and gives you all that positive vibe, and in the end you just feel like you can face the world because nothing can touch you. It's really good. It's that good. It works. It really does. So, unfortunately, since I had my daughter, I've been a bit bad. I haven't returned to my exercise plan, so the regular daily exercise plan that I had before, which I'm intending to do now. I'm starting to get my life back on track. And when I say getting my life back on track, obviously exercise is a big part of it, and that is obviously one of the main things that I want to incorporate in my routine. Over the last 3.5 years, it has been virtually impossible because obviously it's in the very beginning was her feeding times. Then every mother out there knows it's the routine with the child and how tired you are. You really can't do it. But now I'm feeling confident I'm going to start this again because it's really important. And I also have a plus that's an activity that I've been doing, and I have mentioned it in previous videos. So what I used to do is my husband gave me a DVD of Zumba. So I had Zumba, and I used to do the classes. He has several classes in it, and I would do that, and I would cater like half an hour per day, and I would do it. The problem is I've got a back injury, and I needed to go to my doctor. I spoke to my doctor, and he recommended me to go to a exercise physiologist, which adapted my Zumba and told me which exercises from the DVD I could and I could not do. So what I end up doing is having a little half an hour in the morning exercise in the exercise ball, so a little bit Pilates like exercise, and then in the afternoon I would do a break and have another half an hour of Zumba. So, and this was my plan, and now I'm going to go back to this plan because it was working, and even to my injury it was helping me a lot with my injury, and obviously it will help with weight loss and all that. So and this was what I always did, and to do this and incorporate this in your regular working day, once again, that's what I say, and I always been saying, and I cannot stress enough. If you want to work from home, you really need to be disciplined. It's your main it's your main thing is to be disciplined and set up your times and know exactly what you're going to do with your time. So in the end, you have time to do everything that you need and achieve what you really want to do. If you are disciplined, you will see that all the other things become sort of redundant because you are disciplined, you are focused on what you do, and all the other distractions, all the other things that may be there just to distract you and to take you away from what you want to do and from your goals, they just disappear. And that's what has been happening to me. So, for example, if you are working from home, you no longer have to commute. So what you could do, you could set up in your daily routine the time that you usually used for your commute. I'm not sure, it may vary from person to person because that's a reality. We don't live all at the same distance from our workplace. See how long do you take, what was your commute time, and let's say first set yourself for how long do you want to exercise per day. Well, the recommended would be half an hour per day, but you can do more, of course. So let's say you want a half an hour, the minimum. Why not setting a 15 minutes of your commute? 15 minutes of your commute to do some exercise, either dancing or doing some exercise on an exercise ball or any other stretching exercises. There's always ideas, and even if you don't have any videos or you don't have any DVDs like I did, there is lots of tutorials in YouTube that you can actually search for, done by obviously professional fitness teachers that are out there and actually do those classes with you, and you can just put the video on and follow the exercises and do it. If you're into Pilates, you can do Pilates. It doesn't matter. You just choose the exercise that you prefer. You talk to your doctor. If you have any injuries or anything, you should always talk to your doctor before you start any exercise plan. See if it's appropriate for you, and you can do it. You can, for example, as I said, 15 minutes in the morning, and then at the end of your day another 15 minutes, or 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes on your lunch break, and another 15 minutes at the end of your day, and then you would increase your exercise amount by 15 minutes. You would have 45 minutes. Or maybe you would like to do 2 hours or 1 hour. If you would like to do 2 hours, for example, you could do half an hour in the morning, half an hour at the end of the day, and half an hour in your lunch break, 1.5 hours. Or you could 2 hours would be complicated, unless you would like to do 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at the end of the day, and for example, or half an hour at the end of the day and half an hour at your lunch break. Whatever times suit you, and whatever routine you want to do, that's totally up to you. What I was doing at the time and what I intend to continue was half an hour in the morning and then half an hour in the afternoon. Because at the time I was not taking my lunch break, I would do that lunch break a little bit later. I would do it around 3 p.m. I would have an half an hour break, and that's when I would do the second part of my exercise, that in my case was the Zumba component of it. So it totally depends on you. Obviously, if you're working from home, and obviously your time wouldn't allow you to stop, for example, at 3 p.m. because you may have meetings or you may be busy doing something else, you can incorporate in your free time. Use your commute. That's a good strategy. Since you're not commuting, you can use that time to do something else that you actually enjoy, and exercise would be something. So that's a good plan. Another thing, and something that I have also mentioned in a couple of videos already, is that do a group exercise session with friends. Why not? I've said this in the beginning. I belong to Herbalife group because I've bought some products, and I belong to a Herbalife group, and that group has started an exercise group, and we all go online on a Saturday afternoon. We all go online and we have half an hour exercise section with actually a fitness trainer. She's very kind to come online and give us that class, and it's so nice because everyone is involved, and honestly it solves three problems. It solves the problem of exercising, because we are exercising and we are feeling good. It solves the problem of socializing, because we are actually socializing. We're seeing our friends and talking to each other, and that's very positive as well. And then it's that main goal of feeling good, feeling positive, and keep our minds positive and filling ourselves with energy. So why not? If you don't belong to any Herbalife or any other fitness program, you could talk to some friends of yours. Maybe they are interested in starting something similar. Maybe you have some of your friends that may be a fitness trainer. You don't even need to be one. You can find ideas online and just follow ideas. You could create a roster, for example. This week would be you planning the class for everyone. Next week would be one of your friends, and you guys just rotate within you, and every week one person prepares the lesson and one person leads the lesson, and that is also a very good thing, because you also feel positive and funny, and you feel that you belong to a group, you feel that you belong to something, and you are preparing something and being a part of it and all that, and that also makes you feel good. So it's possible, folks. We don't need to be stuck at home. We don't need to say that I cannot exercise, I cannot go to the gym, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Yes, we can. We actually can do it. We just have to change our mindset and see that a little change here, a little change there makes things possible. And that's what we need to do. We need to adapt to the current situation. This is not gonna last forever. This is temporary. So, and this is what we should do. We should substitute all that negative burden, that all this load of information that we have at the moment. People dying, the numbers of cases, the spread of the infection, all these negative things that we are constantly being bombarded with information about it. We need to filter that. Yes, we need to be aware of what's going on around us. I for one, advocate for being informed, know from obviously official sources, because there's a lot of misinformation and there's a lot of so-called fake news. But we also need to have some filter, and we also have to do what's best for ourselves. Otherwise, if we just focus on that part of it, of the numbers and the deaths and what's going on at the moment and the restrictions, so all of these have a negative connotation on it and pull us down. So doing something that actually free us from all that is obviously going to help us achieve our goals, and obviously going to help with our mental health, is going to help us with our physical health, and in the end we will go through all this pandemic in a much better shape, because we feel much more positive and much better than if we just accommodate all these negative feelings and all these negative aspects of it that unfortunately are out there, and they're not nice, and we know that. So just change your mindset, just change what you do, change. It's possible. Yeah, you cannot go to the gym at the moment. Well, in Australia they are closed and you cannot go, you cannot attend the gym, but you can do other things. You can do it at home. You know what exercises you were doing it in the gym. Obviously, if you want to do a treadmill, you cannot do it at home, because unless you have a treadmill at home, it's not possible. But you can do like walking, or you can do dancing, or you can do stretches. You can search online for all sorts of exercises that are the type of exercise or the type of physical activity that you enjoy. If you have kids, involve the kids. If you have a backyard, which I must admit I don't have a proper backyard, but a lot of us do, why not just go play soccer with your kids, or play rugby or cricket, or just do an exercise session with your kids in the backyard. Why not? They will feel tired, which is the purpose as well. They will feel tired, but they will feel well, very good as well. You will feel good, and the entire family will enjoy. So there's lots of ideas there that we can actually go for, and it doesn't need to be boring. It doesn't need to be being stuck at home. We are not stuck at home. We are at home. We need to let go of the word stuck, because I think, this is my opinion, the word stuck is just actually getting us stuck in the cycle of negative thoughts. If we let go of the word stuck and we say, okay, we are at home, what can we do? And we just find solutions for our problems. And I think one of the solutions may just be that, may just be exercising. I hope you like this video. I hope I could bring you some ideas that are actually very positive and good for you. Please share with us your thoughts and your experience. If you have a nice group of friends that are doing the same thing that we are doing in this Herbalife group, please share with us. If you are doing with friends, or if you are doing with a personal trainer, why not? Share with us if you have other ideas that could also complement what I said here, or even if you disagree with me, why not? Just leave us your comment. Just let us know what you think. Let's start a discussion, because I think that's the main goal here, is starting a discussion and have everyone talking. I hope you like this video. Thank you so very much for being there watching, sorry. And I hope you have a nice week. Stay safe, stay at home, and have a lovely week. See you next week. Bye bye.